Unfortunately, I had a full day's worth of work today, so I wasn't able to get out and do an opening morning hunt earlier today. So pretty much as soon as it was time to leave work, I got on the highway and I am headed up to my spot in North Texas. Hopefully I'm gonna get some birds tonight. I'm meeting some guys who are already set up. They've been out there for a couple hours. They probably already have some birds in the bag. Hopefully they do. But I'm just gonna try to get up there, get there in time for a little bit of an evening hunt. Hopefully get a couple birds. We're gonna stay up there and then get in a hunt tomorrow morning. So right now I'm battling a little bit of traffic, just trying to get there. Alrighty, well I got to my hunting spot. I got my vest on, got my radio. We all use walkie-talkies. It seems to help a lot. I'm gonna grab my gun, grab my Mojo, and there's this little tiny pond on the top of this hill behind me. And usually they can see that pond as they come over the hill. So I'm gonna head up there. Maybe there's birds, maybe not. I haven't seen anything yet, but early season, sometimes that means they're flying right at last light. So we're gonna head up there and check it out. Well, I got into my spot. I'm kind of sitting behind this pond, just kind of crouching on the low side of it. So if anything's coming down to the water, hopefully I can pick it out pretty well. So far nothing's moving, but just kind of a waiting game right now. I'm just gonna kind of sit here and see if anything happens. I've got my Mojo set up on the dam, so hopefully it's pretty visible if the birds are flying down this power line. Are you guys seeing anything down there?
10 minutes, one or two flew by then.
The tricky thing about a spot like this, well, I guess it's not tricky when the birds aren't flying, but when they are flying, the tricky thing about a spot like this is not shooting them straight into the pond, since I don't have a dog to dig them out for me.
Shot plenty.
It's especially gonna be difficult a little later in the evening because the birds, pretty much their goal is to come in here and get water. So they're gonna be headed straight for the pond, so I gotta shoot them either after they pass over it or before they get there, because I don't want to be digging out wet birds, and most likely I won't even be able to. There's another low spot on this pond right over there. I think I might go over there just so I'm not staring into the sun. There's 4 birds sitting on that power line on the other side of the pond, and one down there just mocking me. Here comes another one. He's probably gonna land with that bunch. Yep, he's on the power line too. They're all just staging up on the power line, just wait until it gets dark enough for them to feel safe. But we got a couple more minutes of shooting light left, so maybe something will happen. Well, we're kind of running out of light here. 2 of those birds that were sitting on the line just flew down and landed on the other side of the pond. I think I'm gonna walk around and see if I can jump them up and shoot them as they come off the pond. This rarely ever works, but kind of running out of time is my only real option, so here we go. Well, it almost worked. I snuck around and they flushed right when I started getting within range, and they flew up. I probably actually could have gotten a shot on one or both of them, but they would have dropped right in the pond. So I'm not gonna kill a bird when I know that pretty much it's got a guaranteed chance of landing in the pond where I can't recover it. So it almost worked, but I didn't get to shoot and I don't have a bird in the bag, so it doesn't count for anything. Well, I heard the other guys down the hill shoot a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up here. It's getting pretty dark, and just see how they did. I don't think they got a ton of birds, but I heard a couple shots at least, so let's go check it out. Did y'all do any good?
Got a couple.
Yeah?
Got 2. Yep. Got
Nice.
3. Lost one in the weeds. You know.
In the weeds?
Yeah. I walked and looked for it for about 20 minutes. Couldn't find that thing to save my life.
Well, good morning, folks. It is day 2. It is like 5:20 in the morning, so we are getting up. We're gonna grab some quick breakfast. And we're gonna roll out to a different spot this morning, kind of beside a cornfield. So hopefully the birds are either flying into or out of the cornfield and will be coming right over the top of us. So we're still kind of wrapping it up here, and then we're gonna get going. What you say?
How to do? Good morning to the bird.
Here we go.
You can't have all of it.
Yeah, I can.
It's not all here yet.
You got a pig, Jay.
What the hell? I've never seen a machine that does that. Well, after getting skunked last night, we're gonna try a little different strategy. Really, there were no birds coming into water, so I don't think water's a scarce resource. I think probably food is what we need to sit by. So we're gonna go sit in this empty grass field right across the street from a standing cornfield. So hopefully the birds are flying in and out of the cornfield, and we can kind of pick them off as they're headed in or out. Now when the corn's knocked down on the ground, that's when that works really well with standing corn. I don't know, but I think it's our better bet than going back to that same place. So last night, pretty dang slow, about as slow as it gets. So hopefully we'll see them today. Well, I got set up. Can y'all see that? There's a skunk coming my way. So I got my mojo out. Where is it? Back here. I got my mojo out. Got my chair set up. Then I looked down the tree line and there's a skunk running right at me. So I moved out in this field a little bit, and the last time I saw him, he was right by my chair. And I don't really want to be sitting next to a skunk all morning, so I'm gonna head back that way. Hopefully he's gone. I don't see him. Yeah, he basically ran down this tree line, was hanging out right by my setup, and then I think he crossed into the fence in here. But I don't see him or smell him, so I think we're good. Kyle, coming at you. I saw a wounded one land in this persimmon tree, but I don't see him now. Well, I missed a couple birds. I finally got one, so I'm gonna go find him. Well, I shot and missed it several, far too many, before I got this one, but at least I got something in the bag. I didn't get anything yesterday. I didn't even get to shoot yesterday. So getting something in the bag is nice. Kyle just shot one and he's out in the middle of this field looking for it, so hopefully he finds it. Well, I think I'm gonna move a little bit just cause, so I'm sitting at kind of 2/3 of the way down. 2/3 of the way down this long skinny field. And I just keep seeing birds cut across the very, very little bit, like the corner. They're cutting across the corner and then flying down the road. So I'm gonna see if I can move down there and cut them off. I got me another one. I got him on the third. I think I might have clipped him on the second shot, but I definitely got him on the third shot. They're just kind of trickling in this morning. I've shot probably way too many times to have 2 birds, but it's always good to get something. I got a lot of feathers on that one. Well, it's starting to get pretty hot. We haven't seen any birds for about 15 or 20 minutes, so I think it's time to start packing it up. I got 4 birds in the bag, so I didn't get skunks. It's not great. It's always fun to get out here and shoot, but I'm gonna start packing up. I'm gonna head back, get these birds cleaned.
going on, folks? So we had a little bit of a lunch break. We went into town, had some great burgers at a just hole-in-the-wall Greasy Spoon restaurant, which was awesome. Went to another place, set up my hammock, shot my bow a little bit, just kind of relaxed. And now we're back for the evening hunt. So we're in the same place that we were at this morning. So this morning we were trying to catch birds as they're flying out of the trees to the cornfield. So this afternoon, same thing, just the other way around. They're coming out of this cornfield, flying over us, maybe picking up some of these sunflowers along the way, and then headed back to the trees to roost. So that's what we're trying to interrupt. I've got my Mojo set out. We're already seeing some birds. It's actually sprinkling, well, more than sprinkling. It's a light rain right now. So hopefully that rain kind of calms down, but we're already seeing some birds, so could be a much better hunt. Last night, I didn't see anything. Well, I saw some, but I didn't even get to shoot at all. This morning I got some shots, got a couple birds, but I think this afternoon, this might be the one of these 3 sits. So we'll see how it goes. Now we just gotta wait for the birds to come in. Well, unfortunately I didn't get on camera, but I just got my first bird of the evening. So this is, to me, a major proof that these Mojo decoys absolutely work. You know, I was just kind of scanning around. I turned my head and I looked, and he was coming straight at that Mojo about 5 feet above it. So I didn't have time to turn the camera on. I hardly had time to line up, but he was just coming right at that Mojo. So one shot pretty much dropped him easy. So glad to have that Mojo, and that's a good sign for the evening. So this cow behind me is really pissed off about something. Well, it's still raining just a tad, but there's an awesome rainbow. It's like coming out of that tree. Can you believe that? I was so distracted filming that rainbow. Oh, look at the rainbow. Oh. A bird flew right into my shot. I saw him on the camera screen and I was like, oh crap, and I tried to shoot as quick as I could. I hit him. I knocked a bunch of tail feathers off, and I saw him land in that tree, and I went over to him and he flew out the back of the tree. So I took some feathers off, but I didn't kill him. But that was pretty crazy. So, well, nope, those are killdeer. Man, killdeer always look like dove, like for the first like half second you see them. Well, my dad was about 200 yards north of me, and there were a bunch of birds that were flying way high, kind of sneaking between us. So I moved down the line a little bit. Hopefully they won't be able to do that. So we'll see. Never mind, not a dove. Well, I hope we get a last wave. Right when we got in, they were flying okay, but man, they haven't been moving at all recently. It's kind of like last night. You know, right when you would think it was prime time, they had completely calmed down. But usually that means either it's done, which might be the case, or there's a wave, you know, right before dark. Well, the sun is setting right now. Unfortunately, they never really showed up. So, kind of a disappointing opening weekend, but a lot of times in Texas, opening weekend, you know, if you're at a really good spot, it's a great weekend. But sometimes it's not the best, but you know, the next 2 or 3 weeks the season gets a little bit better. So unfortunately, we didn't see a ton tonight. I've only got 1 bird in my bag, which is kind of sad, but it's something. But it was nice to, you know, didn't have to work today, got to sit out in a nice field, see some nature, look at, you know, cool sunflowers, beautiful sunset. So all in all, it's a win.
But right now I'm gonna go pack up my stuff, head back to the truck, and then it's time to go ahead and head home. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it wasn't, you know, just birds like crazy, but this is real world hunting. This is what it's really like. This isn't some, you know, high dollar place where they just put you on just all kinds of crazy birds. This is what it's really like, so I wanted to show you. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, stay safe, be free, and never stop seeking adventure.